I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. Soul bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Good morning. It's the number one Chief Rocket, Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to this thing that we call the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Let's go. Let's go, party people. It's game day. We got a game this morning. We have a game this morning. I think we play Miami this morning, but I'm more interested in what you guys are thinking. And what are you guys up to this morning? What's going on with you guys today? That's what I'm interested in. So I want to rock for a while. We hadn't done that in a while. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't had a bussin' live stream in the mornings for a while. And I want to get back to that a little teeny bit, right? So shout out to the members of the channel. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the mods. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. Let's get this thing off on the right track. So I had a few topics. I lost them. I was trying to save one for when the Queen Bee and I rock tomorrow. You know what? I should probably start writing these things down instead of trying to carry them upstairs. Right? Let me see here. I want to do, as I'm waiting for not Windows, but Word to open so I can jot a few of these things down. Oh, I want Word. Okay. All right. That was strange. Okay. That's odd. I don't want to do that during the live show. Okay. Let's just chop it up. Let's talk about. So Miss Geraldine hit it. She was like, yo. Yo, that's hilarious. Yo, this is hilarious. Yo, that's hilarious. Yeah, you know what? You know I know where you get that from, right? You know I know where you get that from. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. You know what? I know where you get that from. Yo, shout out to the seasoned crew is what I will call us. I'm gonna call us I'm gonna call us the veterans. Shout out to the veterans, right? Shout out to the veterans. But I had a couple of topics that I wanted to talk to y'all about, but I don't want to always come in here and impose what I want to talk about and have it be one of them things like I'm talking at y'all, like I don't listen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you guys to feel like that. So I'm open to the back and forth of the conversation. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. That was a good one. Miss Geraldine, you got me. That was a good one. That was a good one. Um One of the things I wanted to talk about is the elevation and status of the Knicks profile. Like I want to talk about how the Knicks profile is raised now compared to where it was last year and the year before that and the year before that. Right? About the raised profile. T. Smith is in the building. Kenny Payne, what's good, man? I see you. Um, what I want to speak to is the level. Man, I drank a seltzer water, and this got me kind of is okay, sparkling. Okay, whatever. All right, all right, sparkling. I took a sparkling water. Whatever these things are, man. You get them. They're like 79 cents a liter, whatever it is. But I wanted to speak to you guys about the raise in profile of the Knicks, right? And in comparison to last year, when we were like kind of up and down on the radar, like there was some Kimba moments last year that kind of raised the level, and then there was some Julius Randle meltdowns that kind of sunk us back down in the valley. Um, there was some great RJ Barrett games last year that raised the profile. And then there were 20-point leads that we blew last year. And I don't know if you guys remember all of these things. I do. I remember a lot of these things. Hey, Soulfinger, Corey Lee, I'm gonna need y'all help this morning. Free Keith, I'm gonna need y'all help this morning. Y'all know I'm trying to get back right. So I'm gonna need for y'all to jump in here. I'm gonna need for y'all to help me tag team this thing if y'all not busy. I'm gonna need for y'all to tag team this thing if y'all not busy this morning saving the world. You know what I'm saying? Dripmore is in the building. Soulfinger. Soulfinger. Yeah. Yo, one of the dopest names. Yo, we know where Soulfinger name come from. Yeah. Just a little bit though. Just a little bit. but yeah, so I want to one of the things that I wanted to talk about with y'all is the raise in profile, right? That we're getting this year compared to last year. Last year, um things were touch and go. right? Last year, things were touch and go. And yes, every bit of it was our fault, right? Every bit of it was our fault. I'm trying to do two things at once, y'all, and I shouldn't. Jerry Fitz is in the building. Free Keith says, "My man didn't know that was." Yeah, yeah. Last year was touch and go. Last year was odd. It was peculiar in a sense that we showed a lot of potential inside our fan base. But yo, Adam is in the building. What's good, Adam? Last year we showed a lot of potential inside our fan base, the national media and the NBA universe didn't understand how good we were with our flaws. So if this year we are a Ferrari, last year we were a Ferrari with scratches and a flat tire. You feel me? Because Julius Randle was still here. RJ Barrett was still here. Emmanuel Quickly was still here. Quentin Grimes was still here. Mitchell Robinson was still here and played most of the season in his contract year. Right? And last year we had flaws that could derail us for a stretch of games, and in a game specifically, like we could legit the Phoenix game, and not just dragging dead bodies, but I'm making a point to I'm making a point of the progress we've made from one year to another. Like this year, even though we've lost some tough games, the last game we played, we lost a tough game to Minnesota. And I bet you about 80% of the fan base moved on and is thinking about Miami. It's not a lingering loss. Like we're legit not thinking about how we need to fire Tibbs because Minnesota beat us. But that was our mindset last year. Every time we hit a rough patch, we wanted to fire everybody within a 10-block radius of Madison Square Garden. Yeah, that was how we felt last year. I know because I did the Knicks Morning Drive every day, just about. I think we did the Knicks Morning Drive about 300 times in 2022. Like legit 300 times. And for those that are not keeping track, that's a lot of time. That's about 900, 1,000 hours of Knicks Morning Show. That's about 900, 1,000 hours of Knicks Morning Show. And I'm approximating or guessing that's about the amount of time. And during that time, after our hard loss last year, we would complain about trade RJ Barrett for whoever the new hotness was. Last year, I think it might have been Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. Right? This year, because last year we were a Ferrari with scratches and a flat tire. This year we're just a Ferrari. You know. Right? We've knocked off great teams this year. And we've lost to some teams. A lot of times we would basically, if we lost to a team like Minnesota, it was because they played lights out. Last year, we just blew 20-point leads because we we just couldn't get right. Y'all remember the Brooklyn game last year? Y'all remember the Portland game last year? Y'all remember those games where we would have 20-point leads and we would blow them? This year, this season here, we are in every game. Even when teams, Jet Life for Life is in the building. Jerry Fitz, what's good, boss? This year, you have a feeling we're in every game. Like this year, we feel like we're competitive with every team, right? And listen, I know last year we were a Ferrari, and that was with injuries taking a toll on us. That was with poor point guard play at a lot of times. That is with a lot of poor shot selection, a lot of getting outside of the system and playing for oneself and not for the team. And this year, you see some of the same thing but mitigated. You see some selfish play at times, but you don't see selfish play for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games in a row where you're like, what is this player doing? What is player X doing? And so I say that to say that this year there is a level of respect that's given to the Knicks that I hadn't seen in a while. I hadn't seen people around the NBA universe, speak about the Knicks in a way that they do now, where it's not bowing down to the Knicks. It's incorporating the Knicks into the national conversation. It's not the Knicks suck, let's blame Dolan for something, let's do blase, blase, blah. It's more like, hey, the Knicks are a part of the family. And I know there are trolls out there that troll for the sake of getting their profile up. There's your Paul Pierces. They're going to just say stupid stuff. There are your Richard Jeffersons out there that are going to say stupid stuff, right? Just to get their profile up. But at the same time, I think the national media is not aligning themselves with a good basketball team, but more along the lines of almost, I say almost treating the Knicks as if we're legitimate. And why is that important to Uncle Freezy to bring up on the Knicks Morning Drive? Why? Because for the last 2 to 3 seasons, not this season, but 22, 21, and I started doing the joint like at the end of 20. So I don't count 20, I just count 21 and 22. So for the years before this, one of the things that we talked about a lot was the Knicks don't get any RESPECT, right? Because they NBA universe would pick out the weirdest thing that happened in Knicks universe and just go on a tangent to get clicks. Right? And I always felt like the mouse had an axe to grind against the Knicks. The mouse, the mouse, Fox, ABC, ESPN. Mo, the mouse on Fox too, right?
I'm sorry, I had headphones in.
No, never mind. Never mind. Is it? I think it's Fox Entertainment. I think Fox. I think the mouse owns Fox also. Right? They just had an axe to grind, and it was twofold. Like I can say something mean about the Knicks and get the Knicks fans and the Knicks haters up in a tizzy. And to be honest with you, there are not many Knicks haters out there. I think, in my opinion, I don't have a legit number. I didn't do a survey, but I think it's maybe 10% haters and 90% Knicks fans. But if you say something about the Knicks, the Brew Crew Sports is in the building.
They're on ABC, Freeform, ESPN, A&E, History Channel, Lifetime.
They own A&E,
Yeah.
Disney.
80%. They own 50% of A&E, 50% of History Channel, 50% of Lifetime.
They own 50% of Lifetime.
Yep.
Wow.
Equity.
Okay. All right.
National Geographic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see it on Disney Plus. So
Yeah. Okay. You trying to take over the show?
No, that's all I want to say.
You want to get on camera? They ain't seen you yet. Okay. All right. Anyway, back to it. All right. Yeah, I think it's the mouse has a axe to grind, or had an axe to grind against the Knicks, right? Or it felt that way. It felt like coverage was skewed towards others. When I'll give you an example, the Steph Curry 3-point record was broken in Madison Square Garden. Yay, Steph Curry. Right? The day that was actually done, that broadcast, and to his credit, the broadcast was 95% Golden State Warriors, 5% Knicks. If you watched it, right? If you watched it, the broadcast was about. Hey, but Joe, you say, how's Benny? Hey, Benny is outside. I can't do the joint anymore because he likes to sit like adjacent from me about 4 feet away and whine. Especially when I talk about RJ Barrett. If I bring up anything about RJ Barrett, he just start whining. He just started whining about anything RJ Barrett related. Right? But I think this year, I think the Knicks are on a fast track to, dare I say, becoming relevant. Is that important to y'all? Is being relevant important to Knicks fans, or is it more important to just win games? Right? And Free Keith says, we are already relevant. No, we're not already relevant, man. Milwaukee is relevant. Boston is relevant. Philadelphia is relevant. Cleveland, they're not relevant. Miami is relevant. The Knicks are not relevant. And Free Keith says, ain't no flipping bottles on our court. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Right. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't see Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson and big NBA commercials, right? You don't see Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson doing NBA related cell phone commercials. You don't see Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson on your bag of Doritos, Tostitos, or whatever. You don't see Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson on doing the big NBA and brand partnership commercials. But we're on the way. We're on the way, right? Right. So we were on it. Not saying that is where you want your franchise to be. What I'm saying is the higher profile your team is, and the higher profile the star of said team is, then the more you'll be in these commercials. Like the NBA is a make or miss league. No Knicks. All right. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, man, and then and we'll see how far this goes. All right. So there is the link in the chat right there. All right. And real quick, also want to say, where is it? So one of our recent partnerships, I'm glad to announce that we recently partnered with Better Online. So if you are a better or just interested, go to Bet Online and use the code word Blorange for a membership discount. What's good, boss?
What's good, Freeze?
Hey, that man.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I thought I lost you there.
No.
So,
I was asking how you was doing.
oh, okay. Oh, man, everything's good. Just dealing with this winter storm we got going on out this way.
Oh
Been
wow,
raining since Sunday.
wow. So it must. So was it like 71 and a soft rain?
I wish.
I'm asking. I don't know.
I wish. Man, we flooded in parts of Dago, man.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Yeah, man. Last time it rained like this, I was taking the streets to get to the crib, and I'm on the streets and I see a Yugo go floating down the street. No, it was a Prius floating down the street. I was like, word. That's
Oh
something you don't see every
wow.
day.
Right. No doubt. So what are you thinking? Are the Knicks on the verge of becoming relevant, or are we still on the fringe, battling for respect?
We on the verge. For
Okay.
us, I mean, let me phrase it like this. To Knicks fans, we're there. We're some for majority of some would say we're relevant. But
Right.
you got to look at it like you was breaking it down.
Right.
National media wise, we're on the verge because they're still not going to give. They're not really giving us the respect we should get. You see it in the game, how the games are called. Just look at the last game. Yeah, we lost the way we did, but look at the no calls the calls we didn't get. You
Right.
know the you know the calls that some teams or certain players get, vice what our guys don't get.
Right.
You telling me that Granted, it was RJ. That was not a charge. Oh boy, was going backwards. If you look at it again,
Right.
the push offs. The kid with the golden arms face chops that we get down in the paint against us. But if you blink, burp, or pass gas around somebody, they call them fouls. So it's those type things. And then also with the national media, if you think about the House of Mouse, like you were putting it, when they're breaking things down, they're gonna be doing. They talk about the commercials and stuff like that, and how they try to make the little jokes.
Right.
So yeah, and so I'm up here working from home as well.
Yeah, man, me too. Trying to do two things at once.
So yeah, I'll slide in and get a little bit before things get picked up. So you had it open, but we don't get those kind of. Not we have to take it though. It can't be given. You have to just go out there and take it. Like Biggie said, kick in the door, waving the 4-4. That's what we got to do.
Right.
Right.
Right. What I would say too, about this place where we are, is I'm comfortable with it. Right. I'm comfortable with it. Oh boy, here we go. I gotta bring my guy in. I think he gonna be kicking in the door, but I'm gonna bring him in.
Hola.
What's good, boss?
Yeah, what's going on, my favorite people? What's good? Salute.
What's good?
Salute.
Yo, where my invite for the invite for your channel at?
What are you talking about?
Boss, come on.
What channel?
Yo, I was up there with your people. We was talking.
You know what? My bad, bro. Like, come on, man. Y'all ain't even really on that nerd stuff, though.
Come on, bro. I've been asking you for 6 months.
That. Come on, man. Come on. Don't do me like this on national TV.
Nah, I ain't trying. No. Listen, man. Man. I gotta apply the pressure because I've been asking you for 6 months, yo, and I ain't even heard a word,
brother. My fault. You know what?
Okay, all right. We'll drop it right there.
I got you. Offline. Offline.
Okay.
We're gonna have something before the playoffs. Listen, you're gonna be on. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
What's good, brother? Soulfinger?
Hey, what's going on, Free Keith?
Soulfinger.
Hey, the man who boldly destroys Cap in one single bound.
Boldly and confidently destroys Cap.
Cam is our best. Cam could potentially be our best player. That's Cap.
Yeah.
That's Cap.
Yeah.
One thing.
Oh, Frank looked like he got some Jordan tendencies, or he could lock down cats like Kawhi. That's Cap.
No. Yeah. Right.
That's Cap.
Yes.
I'm a positive fan. I'm not a stupid one.
And so that's what the thing about it. One thing you count if your spirit is feeling low in your nictum, listen to what Free Keith got to say. When we were at some of the lowest of the lows, Free Keith kept it up positive, and people were coming at my man. They were coming for his neck. But the thing is when you're on the other side, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Free Keith predicted what's going on now.
I don't even want to say nothing about that.
I'll pull out. I know you're not about to pull out receipts, so I'll pull them out for you, big dog. Free Keith had, many times when I wasn't able to get on, I'm working from home. I'm listening. I'm in the office when I had to go in the office and listen. Free Keith was predicting it. So that being said, listen. Hey, sometimes just listen to what my man's saying.
I appreciate you, Soulfinger. I appreciate you, but I want to hold tight on any accolades because I'm gonna get loose. Trust me. I got the receipts on deck, but I gotta wait until the playoffs. Because if these dudes whiff in the first round, I'm not even talking about losing the first round. If I see a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, you're gonna see a whole different Keith.
But my thing is you predicting how the season was going, because right now you kind of like Bill Duke was a menace to society when we brought him in, and they said, it was at 6 o'clock. But no. You told him no. You said 5. You didn't.
You know.
Yeah. It's like that because I feel the same way because I said I said earlier when the season was going down, oh, we won't get over certain cats talking about, oh, we won't get over 20 wins. We'll be lucky to get 30 wins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're going to get I was looking at it and I was like, we're gonna get a minimum. I said 43 to 45, 48 tops. That's what I was saying. I'm still sitting on
48. Yeah, I felt like 48 was the number. I looked at what we had even during the Donovan Mitchell trade debacle. When it first came out that we was in the mix for Donovan, I was excited because my whole thought, and I said it's on wax, like, yo, like the leverage that we have in that particular deal is that we can go in two different directions. If we don't get Donovan, we can rock off with these cats, like who actually at the end of last season, all the young cats showed us that they could get busy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we got something coming into this league. All of us wanted Donovan, but I'm like, yo, if we don't have to get fleeced, and we can run off in the direction that we in. Dude, all I preached for was a little bit of patience.
All I'm gonna say, bro, is if we had Donovan Mitchell,
we would be
along with Jalen Brunson.
Yes,
this team would already be at 50 wins. Is what I'm getting at.
But the stuff I was hearing on the street, even at that time, was like, oh, if we had Donovan Mitchell, that's too small of a front court. Back court. Like, this is what I heard. It was a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, you're never going to win over everybody. You never going, and that's why I'm glad that from the beginning of this run until the beginning of the administration until now, I'm so glad that fans don't have the voice that we've had in other administrations.
Well, you know what, Freaky? I'd say it like this here, because I was one of those little worried about the hype thing, because I wanted us to get Brunson before. And this was back when our man had his show. I was like, yo, get Brunson.
Me too, yes!
I was like then saying about, so I don't know if he can run the point because it was an unknown.
It was unknown. And to be honest with you, it's still parts of it is still unknown. Like you know what I'm saying?
He's not the point guard you pictured, but he's the point guard we need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's and I think like that boils down to a lot of like our fan happiness. It's like things aren't happening, the success isn't happening in the ways that people plan. And like, so now, oh, I don't understand it. Something's wrong. Like, nah, like it wasn't your plan. They had a plan and they're working it. Wherever they fell off, Jay Beasley, wherever they fell off, you know what I'm saying? Like any plan is every move ain't gonna be perfect. Every move ain't gonna be a winner. Fine. Right. Like I'm not saying that the front office was 100% aces, but look at the results. Look at the results, and there is no dispute in it.
Right. Hey, before I bring my man Jay Boogie, and he here, but I want to play a joint, man, by Jay Boogie, man, a joint that I love to hear. You know what I'm saying? I just rock it when I'm working on some stuff. I don't have a video for it. I'm gonna just play the joint, and then I'm gonna add the fourth verse to it at the end.
Willis coming out. There he comes right now. 6'10" from Grambling. The captain of the Knicks, the most valuable player in the NBA.
Tried and true, we the Knicks. New York. Orange and blue, tried and true, we the Knicks. New York. We still some Knickerbockers. Whole world shockers, all eyes on us. Coming in like Willis ring. Y'all gon' see all eyes on us. New York. All eyes on us. Coming in like Willis ring. Y'all gon' see all eyes on us. We still some Knickerbockers. Whole world shockers, all eyes on us.
What Leon Rose did, no spite of the future set for the young kids. Let off, this a straight aim. I wish the worst and the best way for Danny Ainge. You wanna rob us for our draft picks? Strip us down, take the logo off New York Knicks. I guess By now you don't feel the shine. Them ain't trades we pulling up, them quitting grind. Let me give you a little history. Us New Yorkers reacting and you quickly. Why you think we got the media watching? Fast break through the legs, here come that Obi topping. Straight fashion, we got the best clothes. When you in shape, you take your shirt off like Barry Rose. All you used to be Knicks fans, go ahead and switch. This that block next monster floor, I'm Money Mitch. Like please Tom, no time to play. I walk in the garden with a peak coat like I'm Fournier. A Nick jersey, some Levi's, some butter Timbs. This ain't a loop, this a alley-oop, the Jericho Sims. Keep it real, however, we got a different style. I call Deuce for the pressure, he give me 8 miles. They try to break us at deadline, tear the squad apart. Them 9 games after Cam gave us the Josh Hart. You read the Bible and know the Quran. Just live your dreams every day, make the team like Quan. Catch the youth before they hit their prime. Work hard, get rewarded. Come on, Hartenstein. I'm talking to all the East guards. I bought Jalen from the West, now he's an East guard. The same number 11, you know the rod strict. Now you playing against a squad with a baby pick. Look at Julius right now, he know it's game time. That off-season lose weight, pivot baseline. That big bucket being made when it's crunch time. That jab step left hand in your face time. I know Drake represent, you see the 6 hard. But turn it upside right, you see that side guard. Next time around for the season, I'm making prop bets. I need 26 mil off that Tyler check. The truth is you gotta be a little tougher. Every time we play Miami, I gotta deal with Jimmy Butler. MIP all-star player, I gotta have it. Pretty boy, young Key Sweat, Broadway Barry. I know we got a lot of haters. I know we got a lot of doubters. But one thing for sure, us is that orange and blue, we gon' always stick together. It's us against the world.
On us, coming in like Willis Reed. Y'all gon' see all eyes on us. But still some Knickerbockers. Whole world shockers, all eyes on us.
Real King, word, Real King, word.
I think we see Willis
from the
coming
time,
out.
from the
There
time
he
it
comes right
opened,
now.
yeah. From the time it opened, I was like, yo, this is a Knicks promo reel. Like you definitely like, yo, somebody got to get their hands on that in the org. Somebody in marketing got to get their hands on that.
And two, we also got to give credit to the creator for creating excellent art. For you know what I'm saying, for us, this right here is fire.
That's
right?
Knicks art right there. You're right.
Yo, you coming there like Willis Reed? Yo, come on, man. You hear that and you know Willis, you know what I'm saying? Just recently, you know what I'm saying, went to go be with the grand architect, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Jay Boogie, how you feeling this morning, man?
Man, that put me in my emotions right now.
Hope y'all feeling blessed the same way. You know, anybody that don't feel like they blessed, just give it a little bit more patience and allow that blessing to come in. Shout out to the chat, the most beautiful, loyal, respectful people it is. You know what I'm saying? On this day after, you know what I'm saying? May he constantly rest in heaven to the great one, the legendary. We honor you to the fullest. We'll never let your legacy go on, you know what I'm saying? Not just ambassador for the New York Knicks, just an ambassador for the culture, period. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
That's how far, you know what I'm saying, the big captain, you know what I'm saying? The Mr. I'm coming back and playing this game. You know what I'm saying? When y'all think I ain't, Mr. You see the look on Wilt Chamberlain's face, you know what I'm saying? When they thought I wasn't going to show up. My brother, may you rest in peace. Big rest in peace, rest heavenly. We're going to love and we're going to miss you. We're going to cherish you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody in the greatest form of health, man. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to shoot that video tomorrow. I'm going to shoot that video tomorrow. Already had it lined up, planned up and everything, you know what I'm saying? And Freezy already know that. A couple other people know that. But I'm shooting that video ASAP tomorrow.
Where at? Anybody could pull up?
Nah. That video I'm doing that one in North Carolina. I'm keeping that one down here with me. Where I'm at. I got in the future, I'm gonna come up top and do the Point Guards video because I got Riverside Church in that. I got, you know, my high school, Benjamin Cardozo, Ron DeClario, and right now I'm on hold with it. You know what I'm saying? Praying that it happens, you know what I'm saying? In the off season, we'll shoot the video, and maybe we'll have Rick and Jalen in the video. You know what I'm saying? So right now, that record is not in my hand. It's in the New York Knicks' hands right now. So that point guard. So we're gonna hold up with that until they make a decision what
Shout out to the
they
Knicks.
want to do. But man, beautiful day, man. Happy day, man. And one more thing is, we gotta stop saying happy Friday, happy Sunday, happy Monday, and all that. Every day is a happy day when your eyelids is unattached and you got life in front of you, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a happy day for you, man. So we need to start celebrating. Every day is a happy day, man.
Right.
Every day, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
We all got our issues, some worse than others.
Yeah.
But like being here, being alive to deal with your issues. Somebody who had more and had a better situation didn't make it to today.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
To my brother, man. My brother, the bail money is in the building. Soul Finger, aka the young E40. And you know what I'm saying? The great one, always the real AD, not that one over there in LA with that Laker jersey. The real AD in the building, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Mr. Freezy holding it down and everybody else in the chat rocking, man.
Yo, hey, now that I got y'all here, I did the AD, you got a background noise in the thing, man. Can you hear it?
All right.
Yeah. AD got the AD got that expensive mic, bro. You could tell who got bread around here, man. But anyway.
Put the president up. You got that.
Yeah. Biden looking at him like, where you get that mic from? Anyway. Yeah, man. When I heard the news about Willis Reed yesterday, man, quite honestly and quite frankly, I'm gonna keep it a stack with the chat with y'all. Yo, from that era, my favorite Knick was Clyde Frazier, because I didn't know what I was looking at as a kid. When you hold on. Yo, as a kid, when you a kid, you see all the fancy ball handling and
Lost crazy.
We good. Everybody here still?
Nah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes.
But now what I was gonna say is the thing about that era is that era of fancy ball handling with JoJo White and Earl of Pearl and Clyde Frazier and all of that. Yo, as a shorty, you gravitate towards the things that look fancy. But the men, the grown-ups, they loved Willis Reed. See, because Willis Reed was a man. You know what I'm saying? Willis Reed was that dude. If there was some beef, he go into the middle of the beef, not to fight, though if provoked. But if provoked, he gonna
did you see him? Did you see him lay out the whole Lakers squad?
Yes.
He broke like 2 jaws.
Yes.
That dude was.
But also when we had racial strife throughout the NBA and society, he coupled with Bill Russell on a lot of stuff. Right? Not to be the angry black man, but to solve problems. You know what I'm saying? The dude was like a problem solver. They call him the captain because he can go talk to anybody and get resolution. But if you pushed him towards the center of the ring, he was going to fight. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't his MO. His modus operandi was to get jobs done, to accomplish tasks. He was good at that. But when I was a kid, I saw Clyde Frazier dribbling between his legs. I was like, yo, man, I love Clyde. My favorite 2 point guards from that era is Meadowlark Lemon and Clyde Frazier. Though Willis Reed to us should be considered a saint. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. The things that this dude did throughout his career, Like, he never averaged 30 a game. He never averaged 25 a game. He never grabbed 20 rebounds a game. But he did all the intangible stuff. He would pass that basketball. He would go 6, 7, 8 minutes without shooting. He would set screens. When dudes were off, he had faith in them until they got back on track. I mean, the dude legit is probably the best teammate that you ever wanted. The dude legit, in my opinion, sacrificed numbers so that the team can have success in a Tim Duncan type of way. Not saying that he was as skilled as Tim Duncan. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the personal sacrifice for the team goal is what Willis Reed did, and he made sure others did that. And then when you compared or when you coupled him with the Draymond Green of his era and Dave DeBusschere, you couldn't beat the Knicks. The Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals like 6 or 7 years in a row, 5 years in a row, or something like that, right? And I hate to get on this Willis Reed thing, but AD and myself kind of get in that AD show on Sunday mornings. Old School Knicks is my place for me to vent that, but this happened right here during the week. I'm interested to see what you guys think about the impact of Willis Reed on the Knicks, and are we in a better or different place seeing that we're years away from what Willis Reed gave the Knicks?
Well, let me say this, Freezy. I'm sorry, Freaky. Good morning to everyone, panel, everybody, Nick Nation out there. You know, when I heard that Willis Reed passed away yesterday, it really did hit me, you know, for a blow, because although he's not of my era, you know, all of the OGs and the people I respected in basketball, you couldn't be a Knicks fan and not know who Willis Reed is. Like, his moment out the tunnel, it's a moment forever. Right. It's an iconic. There's so many people that tried it and they attach their moment with, that's the Willis Reed moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his moment. And he only played 10 years. A lot of people, you know, don't realize that. Willis only played 10 years. By the time he was 32, he was washed. He was done.
He was broken down. Injuries. Yep.
Yeah, physically he just couldn't do it anymore. And he gave the Knicks everything they had. He is the definition of what a captain is in New York sports, tri-state sports. He was just that guy. And I just want to, you know, give out my condolences to his family and so forth. And when I saw him on the video footage, I'm not surprised. When I saw him at the Garden like a month ago, and I was like, he looked a little shaky to me. He didn't look, you know, since the last time I saw him. But you know, that's neither here nor there right now. So rest in peace to the captain, Willis Reed. You will forever be the captain. I got to run, gents, but I'm listening. Peace, family.
All right, boss. Thanks for that, man.
Keith, you wanted to go on?
Yeah, like I never got to see him play live. Like, so I only pieced together his real effect in like old footage. And like, you ask a question, if the Knicks today live up to, like, this not even the same NBA. This not like, I feel like what's being built in New York now is as close as you can get in this era of NBA to being similar to that 90s and that 70s era Knicks, the spirit of what the Knicks was. But it's more of a spirit thing now. Like, you can't physically be like that no more. And that's, I mean, that's whatever. I think a lot of us who are older, like we kind of cry for that past. But like, if I judge the eras as eras, what we're building here can potentially be that rough and tumble team that we are accustomed to. It just has to be textured for this. It's just textured for this era.
Okay.
But
I
RIP to the captain, man. I
I
really wish I
I
got to see
understand
you
what you're
play
saying.
live.
I understand what you're saying about the eras. Really understand what you're saying about the eras. My thing about that though is kind of like hip hop in a way, where when you make an indelible impact on something from that moment forward, it travels with the growth of the entity, right? Give you an example. Give you an example. Bill Russell to the Celtics, right? When you think about the Celtics, you think about Jason Tatum, and you think about Paul Pierce, and you think about like the great Boston teams after Bill Russell. But when you think about the impact of Bill Russell, even if you never saw Bill Russell play, you still feel Bill Russell's spirit in the Celtics, right? And for a lot of people that never saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play, they never saw Magic Johnson play, even though you've seen Kobe and Shaq and LeBron and AD and others come after them, you still feel that spirit of what Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson laid down back then that still travels with this team. You can change the uniforms, you can change the players. Man, listen, you can even change the place that you play basketball, right? But the spirit of those guys travel. And one of the things that I'm concerned about that I don't have a legit answer for is, does the spirit of a Clyde Frazier and a Richie Guerin and a lot of Knicks that are all-time greats, does that travel with the Knicks now? And if it doesn't, is that the reason why we're on an uneven path? You feel me? Like when you talk about the Sixers, even the contribution that Allen Iverson made, kind of when you think Sixers, you think Barkley and Dr. J and Allen Iverson and all the Philly greats. Even though today you're watching Joel Embiid and James Harden. Jay Boogie, do you think we have that, like in hip hop? Do you think the spirit of LL Cool J and KRS-One travel with hip hop? I don't think it does. Right? I think hip hop is something different. I'm not saying that because you're like one of the GOATs in the game. I'm saying it because you and I love hip hop, right? But when we're talking about the Knicks, does that spirit of guys that laid it out all on the line generations ahead of us, before us, does that travel with the team? Like, how much does a new Knicks fan appreciate the older Knicks players?
Well, excuse me, us, ourselves, elderly, type guys that's within the Knicks, family, we're gonna always carry it on and, and make sure the history and the legacy gonna continue to move on. But for the younger ones, they need something to grab onto. And right now, the culture is changing for us, we adapting to what it is, like what is more flashy in the league, to have more people, stay with us in the Knicks. Now, when you talk about attachments, like when you mention Philly, they go from the Doc, and from the Doc to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is still, he's still got things going on because you see him every day. He's on TNT. Right. Allen Iverson, that continues on because he set so many different trends for the league. The braids, the tattoos, the sleeves, everything,
jewelry.
hip hop fashion, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they have that trend to always remember those. Us ourselves, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like stopped at the mellow, you know what I'm saying? And the great thing about it is right now, I believe the organization is doing a great job right now in opening up their own new lane, you know what I'm saying, to start with. It's hard to continue on carrying, you know what I'm saying, heavyweight torches like Willis Reed, especially coming through the tunnel and all that.
Right.
It's not too many things that can compare to that, unless you're talking about Ali holding the torch at the Olympics, or maybe Jim Valvano, you know what I'm saying, when they won the championship.
Running around crazy. Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I jokingly was saying the closest thing I seen to Jim Valvano running around like that, didn't know what he would do, was when Julius hit that shot on Miami. Because he didn't know what he was doing. He was in a whole nother element. That was another Julius moment, you know what I'm saying? And then he come back with another 57. But man, when you talk about Willis, man, I mean, I was 3 years old when they first won the championship, and then I was 5 when they won another one, and how I got introduced to the Knicks, and I mentioned it about my mom's. How I got introduced to the Knicks is my mom's favorite player was Earl the Pearl Monroe. She loved the wide beard. Then later on in life, she married a great dad of mine, a bus driver that had a wide beard, because I guess she couldn't get next to Monroe, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, with Willis Reed, man, he's just the type guy that's gonna always be there for you. Somebody you can call, you know what I'm saying, in the most toughest situation to help you get up out of something. He's gonna always be there for you, be by your side, But he's one of the ones that if you're wrong, let him know you're wrong, and then I still will vouch for you, but I know how to go about it. But if you're right, he's gonna be there 100% for you. And this guy, like you mentioned earlier, not a lot of great offensive skill sets, not the oohs and ahs type guy, but one of them type guys that when you played ball back in the day, you feel they really want to check nobody, and you looked over the squad you playing with, and you picked this dude over here, man, I got old boy right here, because you feel like he ain't nothing, that he crushed you. That's what it's Reed. He crushed you in all phases of the game, you know what I'm saying? From a mental aspect, you know what I'm saying? He's strong, rebounder, play great basketball, just fundamentally sound and tough, you know what I'm saying? With a nice attitude, you know what I'm saying? Respectful guy, man. And we gonna all love and miss him, man. His biggest moments to some of us youngers, he coming through the tunnel, you know what I'm saying? That's why I highlighted that in that song. And that song was pretty much already done before this situation happened. And we're gonna make sure we're gonna carry, you know what I'm saying, the legacy of him outside. If the Garden is still gonna continue on being there, if they don't plan on moving and building a new garden, that statue need to go up.
That statue need to go up.
That statue of Willis Reed needs to go up.
Right.
All these other places,
right
they got
at the
statues.
entrance.
They got Mike, they got Magic, Kobe, and all these. That's our statue that need to go up in front of the garden.
Especially since Dolan owned the garden.
Yeah, you own that. That's your land.
Right.
So even if you decide to move the garden and go somewhere else, you can build something else around that where it still stands up strong. But that statue right there need to be in front of that Madison Square Garden. Right there.
Right there.
Right there. Right there on the side where everybody come out that parking lot on the side of the building where all the employees park at, some fans park at. When you come in that side, you know what I'm saying? To go that way, not where all right there. That statue need to be right there.
Right.
So
right. No doubt, man. Willis Reed, man, to me, because I'm right there with you. I was little. I was a shorty, like learning how to play basketball when they won their chip. Outside playing with my friends, you know what I'm saying, when they won that chip. You know what I'm saying? You know how the older dudes didn't let the shorties get on the court because they was out there playing for money. So we had to play on the side, shooting in trash cans or cut out milk crates that was on the telephone pole or whatever. We had to, you know what I'm saying, but till we got big enough, right? But the thing is with Willis, I think a lot of times if you're not flashy, if you don't have overwhelming charisma in that way. Because Willis was charismatic, but just in a direct way, right? Like he can convince you to do stuff, concede, right? He can convince you to do stuff, right? But if you're not charismatic like a Mellow, right? Like in a mellow type of way, where when you see him, you're like, oh yeah, I'm expecting him to do something, right? My thing is when we talk about the greatest Nick of all time, if it's not the trifecta, if it's not Pat, Clyde, or Willis Reed, we shouldn't even be having a conversation. Like, I understand Richie Guerin was a great. That was way before my time. That was like 10 years before I was born, or 5 years, or 60, probably that early 60s. So that's like 6-7 years before I was born, right? So Richie Guerin, I don't know, right? But when you talk about the greatest Knicks of all time, you got to talk Willis, man. I don't think he's the greatest Knick of all time. I still think it was Clyde, right?
I'm with you with that. And in my format, I do have it going Clyde and then Willis and then Pat.
And then Pat.
I'm saying that's my order, my format right there. To be continued.
Right. But I hear people say Pat, Clyde, Mello. I hear people say Pat, Bernard King, Mello, Clyde, Earl the Pearl, and I'm like, man, y'all don't know what y'all was watching. That's why I asked the question. Do people remember their legacy? Is the golden era Knicks legacy in danger of being forgotten? Is it in danger of being forgotten? I think it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like the golden era Knicks, the Knicks that went to 4, 5, 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals. I think they're in danger of being forgotten because it was about 50 years ago. I think now when people think old school Knicks, they think Carmelo Anthony. And that might be a shame because there were a lot of great Knicks before Melo, and not just Patrick Ewing, not just our Bronx native Bernard King. Brooklyn native Bernard King, but a lot of great Knicks.
Well, it might be time for us to start breaking down, to like what they miss, not what they know, not what they don't know, but just let me explain to you what you miss. Kind of like, we need to J. Cole some of these guys. I mean, that's the best aspect I can use for this, so for some of these guys to relate to. I mean, by J. Cole was listening to all types of other music that he thought was, like that and everything, until his peoples rolled up to him and gave him that, Nas' first album. And he said, that's the illest album he ever heard. When he know nothing about Nas. So I'm just saying that because I think, we need to sit down and break down some of the things that they miss in life because they're younger. Not that because they was there and they didn't see it and they want to bring it back to them. No, breaking down some things that they missed in life, not debate with them, but just, share moments with them where, they can get an understanding, of really who these guys were and what they did and why we feel like that. And then at the same time, they can give us their opinion. Because, some of these guys, they just ain't see it. Some of these guys, haven't been, taught about it. That's, real people that really want to get into the history of the Knicks.
Right. Yeah, King Ribby says it's not true. Right. I'm not and listen, I'm not saying it to like offend anybody. What I'm saying is I'm just going by, the things that I've heard. Like people, there are some Knicks fans that legit don't understand the Knicks' place in NBA history. right? Like they don't understand the Knicks, like like who we are. You know what I mean? Like for I'll give you an example. The Knicks are traditionally the team that is the come up team. Like the Knicks historically are never going to be the team that's going to be good throughout their entire history. They're going to take a few steps forward and be great for a decade, take some steps back, and then reemerge, and then take some kind of like the Golden State Warriors. That's who we've been traditionally. We're not the Celtics or the Lakers, right? We're not the Jazz, right? We're not a team that's gonna stay at this certain level. It's who we are. And part of that is part of our built-in character. Like we know that. We know the Knicks are gonna be good. Like the Knicks are on that uptick now, headed to greatness, and we'll probably stay great for about 8 to 10 years, and then we'll come back down to earth and try to and have to figure it out. Mets, what's good, man?
Not much, Breezy. As far as what I view the Knicks as, since I've been following them since I was at least 7, so I basically missed out on the finals run from 93, 94.
Right.
To me, this is a team that is to. I mean, I know about their 2 title wins in the late 60s and early 70s, but that said, it's a team that has been either nearly men at best and a joke at worst. I mean, case in point with the latter, the Isaiah Thomas years, where he set the team years back with his BS get rich quick on egocentric free agent trade deals. Know what I mean?
Right.
And in my opinion, to some level, we still haven't recovered from that.
Well, I would say this to that too, man. It's difficult to be a team at the level of a Boston or a Los Angeles Lakers, right? Think about this. The Clippers occupied the same space as the Lakers and have not had anything close to the success of the Lakers. Both teams are transplants. Both teams moved to LA from somewhere else.
Yeah,
right.
In the Lakers case was Minneapolis, and it was Buffalo, I think, in the Clippers case.
Yeah, well, more recently San Diego.
Oh.
Like if we just wanted, the San Diego Clippers. Basically, the dude in San Diego, they named him after a boat and all this. Hey, whatever, right? But what I'm saying is it's difficult for a franchise, no matter how old you are, to maintain a level of greatness, right? Look at the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are an old team too. They're also transplants, moved to Atlanta from St. Louis, right? They had their run in the 80s, 90s, 2010s, but their greatness is up and down. So what I'm saying about the Knicks is every regime is not going to have the answers. Sometimes you're just going to go through the poor lead. It's kind of like our jobs and stuff. Everybody that's the boss may not be the best worker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that's in charge may not be the person ready to lead that specific entity, and so you're gonna have your ups and downs. Understanding that as somebody that grew up in the New York tri-state area, I understand that our thirst for championships is insatiable, bro.
I mean,
trust me. I know this because as a Mets fan, I can make that Lakers thing because I saw my Mets occupy the same space as the Yankees and not have the same level of success.
I mean, I grew up in the tri-state too. It's been like 25 years almost since I've been in the Carolinas.
Right. Right. No, I'm just speaking of my experience, is what I'm saying.
I know. I mean,
right.
you also
I'm in Carolina too. So where you at?
About 30 minutes outside of Charlotte.
Okay. I'm in Raleigh, so
yeah.
I don't know how far I am from you or whatever.
You're about 2 hours east of me.
Yeah.
2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can put your information in the chat, let me go ahead and get your math down, and then I'll reach out to you.
I'll do it in the private chat.
Put it in the
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
So,
That's what he meant though. But yeah, man. So when we talk about the Knicks, understanding who we are, you also have to understand the division that we're in. Every year, it's going to be an uphill climb because we were in the same division as one of the greatest franchises to ever exist in sports,
the Boston Celtics.
And the Boston Celtics. So every year we have an uphill battle, right?
And then again, we also have the up-and-coming team a team who's just as old as us, but has had not as much luck whenever they get to the finals. I don't think they've ever won a title in the 76ers.
Yeah.
Have the Sixers ever won a world title?
Yes.
When was it?
83.
That was one of Barkley's earliest years?
No, that was faux. That was Moses Malone, Dr. J.
Oh, so that was a year before Barkley arrived in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so the reason why I say that is because I understand a lot of times people get frustrated with the road that the Knicks are on, and sometimes we forget our legends because of that, because we don't win championships, right? The thing about it is if we stay the course, in my opinion, stay where we at, stay empowering these guys, be patient with them at the same time, I think we can kind of ascend to those heights, like not throwing Randall under the bus on social media every chance we get.
I mean, it also makes you wonder.
Or Brunson.
I know it's a little late in the year for this, but the Willis Reed death might galvanize the Knicks in the same way the Red Holzman death galvanized them in 99. Yeah, 99 was a shit year overall, but it still galvanized the team all the way to the finals.
Right.
And we get that same spark with the death of Willis Reed. I mean, not so much using him as a catalyst for us to get for a playoff push, but you get the point nonetheless.
Right. That may be one of the things that kind of push us in that direction. My thing ultimately is
because let's face it, we couldn't get galvanized off the Mason death because we sucked that year, he croaked.
Yeah. Well, one of the things too about this team and these players, man, is I don't know if this is a championship team, but if you're speaking to something motivating you, putting the battery in your back, this might be it. And it'll start tonight against Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Because Miami wants to beat us, and we definitely want to beat them.
Yeah, especially when the games we did beat Miami in were basically flukes that came down to the last shot that Miami missed.
Right.
Yeah, we've been playing big brother, little brother with Miami for too long. And this is the year where I feel like, little brother, takes no more nonsense from big brother. Meaning we take no more nonsense from Miami, Freezy, you're right. We're not in championship. This is not a championship squad. But what is very, very important is we're on a championship direction. Before you even become a championship, you have to be heading in that direction. And when he spoke upon Isaiah Thomas making all those moves, that's because Isaiah didn't know. And he was doing the catering what he thought might have been best for the fans instead of really, figuring out what he needs to do by going to sign and get all these guys and bring all these guys. I can say Leon looks like he's putting together, his own blueprint. And so far he has not missed, with what was going on with Julius. I'm going to give you another shot, bringing Julius back. Because he could have found a way to get rid of Julius at the end of last season. It might have cost us something extra to throw in to get rid of him, but he could have done it back. So that's step one. He brought him back. Step two, he went and got Brunson. step three, he went and he made the Josh Hart trade. And the fourth thing is, you know what I'm saying, he traded our first round pick and kept the Dallas pick. You know what I mean? Because right now we got a better record in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So he's making proper steps and proper moves that, you know what I'm saying, that can have you say, okay, well, we're heading in the right direction. Now, at the end of the season, after the season, you know what I'm saying, goes by, you know, he's going to make some other moves to keep building and building. As Freezy talking about legacy, when we going to start building our own legacy? When we got this, that's what we got to do, is start adding pieces on top of pieces and keep climbing and climbing and climbing until we reach the direction, which is a championship. And I'm one of the ones that I feel okay with what Leon Rose is doing, you know, and right now he hasn't proved me to say anything wrong about what he's done. Now he has had me being hesitant about things he was doing because he's been so quiet about making moves, but the loud person don't always be the, you know what I'm saying, one that does the right things. The quiet ones is always the ones that really, you know what I'm saying, get things done. And he shocked me with moves, whereas I had to give him his flowers about, you know, the steps he's been taking as far as being a New York Knicks up there in that office. Because it's not easy when you got billions of dollars in front of you and you got to make that money work. You could just go off anyway like Isaiah did, is just give people money. Nah, he knows how to maneuver the money because he was an agent. He knows how much people should get, what they worth, what they could become, what their worth could become. He knows all that. And then he knows how to make contract moves where it doesn't hurt the team. All the contract moves he don't did for us, you know what I'm saying, they're not in our way. They are very much on movable contracts. And we got some contracts that are going to be movable at the end of this season. So, you know, I just said Leon doing a real good job, man, to me, in my eyes view, and heading us into the right direction, you know what I'm saying, compared to Phil Jackson not knowing what he's doing. As you speak, Isaiah Thomas, you know what I'm saying, all these guys that had the chance to be in that position, they have no understanding of what it is to do when they got a lot of money in their hand. This guy understands all this money I got, I know what to do with it. And that's
I think the Isaiah thing, though, is not just Isaiah. I think it was James Dolan. Mm-hmm. I saw the interview with him earlier this year, and James Dolan said specifically, he's like, yo, when you're a new owner in the NBA, the first thing you think about doing is being hands-on and changing everything. And what you should do is get a basketball man in place, pay him, and let him do his job. So what I gather from that is he learned that Isaiah Thomas and others were good basketball men, but he didn't allow them to do their job. He always meddled and got them off track. And then now he hired Leon Rose and Phil Jackson, which was a bad hire. But Leon Rose, and he's totally hands-off, allowing them to do their job. Because the thing with Isaiah is when Isaiah was left just to do the basic basketball stuff, right? Like go into the draft. Nobody can say that Isaiah Thomas was not the best drafter for any team president during that time. It was Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas would go into every draft and come away with gems in every draft for the Knicks, right? When Isaiah Thomas got off the rails is when Isaiah Thomas started signing 2 and 3 and 4 big men and signing all these weird dudes, these contracts, and they can't even play. Now your money tied up. You can't go get no help. And these dudes that you signed are playing in front of the young guys that you drafted.
And throwing the fact you're giving them albatross contracts.
Right.
But hold on a second. How do you consider guys like Frank Williams and Michael Sweetney gems? Trevor Ariza, David Lee, fine. I did consider them gems, and I did view David as a great acquisition that we got off that Spurs first-round pick that year.
Right.
But look at the men missed because of some of these dumb deals. Missed out on Amari in 2002.
Well, hold on. One thing at a time. You asked me, how did I consider Isaiah Thomas a good drafter
Yeah.
And how do I consider dudes gems? But you didn't name all the dudes that Isaiah drafted. You just named 2 dudes you felt like didn't make it in the NBA. Name the other ones.
Marty Collins.
Marty Collins was a good player, right?
He didn't play all
maybe
that
not. Maybe not. Maybe a ham sandwich.
Ronaldo Balkman, which was from the Toronto trade when we should have used it on Rajon Rondo instead.
Right.
Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari was his last pick, I think, before he got fired at the end of the 2008 season and replaced with Donnie Walsh.
Okay.
If I remember
So Gallinari, Wilson Chandler, there was some others in there too, I think.
Yeah. Frank Williams, Euro Scrub in 2002, I didn't remember. Michael Sweetney, Trevor Ariza in the second round of 2004 because we gave away our first pick for Stephon Marbury in one of the dumbest trades, along with our 2010 first round pick.
Right.
The former ended up turning into a scrub, the latter into Gordon Hayward, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
2005, it was David Lee and Channing Frye.
Right.
2006, Balkman and Collins. 2007, Chandler. 2008, Gallinari.
Right. Did he draft Nate Robinson?
No, I don't think so. I think he was a trade. That one was a trade deal.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm still thinking Isaiah Thomas was a good drafter, bro. I'm still thinking that because when I hear some of those names, I'm thinking that some of those guys, if we'd have kept them, would have been really good Knicks.
Perhaps. But then you throw in Dolan meddling all the time, and then we get to Jackson. My problem with him, tunnel vision commitment to the triangle. He only picked guys that were suited to the triangle offense. Dude, adapt. No, your way. It's not your way or the highway anymore, damn it. Get guys who don't need to play the triangle.
Right. Yeah, we all feel like that was a mistake. The Isaiah thing, though, I still think is Dolan meddled too much, and if allowed, it's not just Isaiah, but with Donnie Walsh also, because he meddled in the Carmelo Anthony trade. He was all over that towards the end. Like, get him here.
Our 2016 first round. I mean, both our 2016 picks.
Yep.
The former of which ended up being Jamal Murray.
Right. And he also meddled in the Greg Monroe trade that didn't go through, and we wind up and Greg Monroe's agent at the time, Leon Rose, called the Knicks and reworked the deal so that we got Andrea Bargnani. Which
was a dumb deal.
Right.
Which is a doomsday deal that basically killed our push back to the playoffs.
Right. So, I mean, there was some, in terms of Isaiah, I mean, I don't care nothing about Isaiah Thomas. I just think the thing about Isaiah is I think some of the stuff that happened to him definitely had something to do with the meddlesome owner that finally learned his lesson and got out of the way and is now, like Jay Boogie said, allowing Leon Rose to build this thing his way without the owner being over his shoulder every step of the way.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying where he meddled with Thomas, with Jackson, he more or less did the opposite from what I could tell, and it blew up in his face.
Right.
He didn't get involved with Jackson, but Jackson meddled in team affairs regardless by basically giving into his own tunnel vision and saying the triangle works when in reality, most people have moved on from the triangle and most people are doing either pick and pops, catch and shoots, or ISO pick and roll setups.
Right. No doubt.
Phil needed to have been 5 years younger for him to be.
In my opinion, Phil Jackson sabotaged the New York Knicks out of spite.
I don't know. I ain't going to. Phil Jackson is a Knick.
I know.
Why would Phil Jackson sabotage the team he played all those years for and won championships with?
Well, basically, they got rid of him like what, 75? They felt slighted about that.
So I think Phil Jackson played with us. Phil Jackson played with us like 10 seasons. I think he did. Now I'll look it up though.
And then
that's why I say Phil Jackson was behind time when he came to us. You needed Phil Jackson 5 years ago so he could have been the coach.
Right.
See, and then you would have understood why he go get Christian Bazingas, because that's like Paul Gasol. You know what I'm saying? But having guys, you in office and you talking about a triangle, telling somebody how to do the triangle and you showing them how to do the triangle are different. You know, the triangle had to be broke to Michael Jordan in his stubborn ways, but he made that happen because he made them believe in what it could become. And Kobe was the same way. You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, you had Melo, which was just like them dudes, straight scoring killer. But if you took time out to show him how to play like you did Kobe and Mike, we could have been different. But he wasn't on that bench. He was in that office. And that's what hurt it. You put him in the office, but then he wants to pick players but that he's not there for. You know what I mean? And that's where the confusion came. But it's all right, though, because we got Leon Rose. We in a great direction. We having a great season. You know what I'm saying right now? We got Miami. We got Miami tonight. We're trying to handle our business with them again in their house.
Then we got a trap game against Orlando tomorrow.
See, that's y'all. I don't even use that word. Everybody running around talking about trap games and all that. To me, I think people be talking us into losing. Trap games and all that. They be wishing for us to lose. I don't even talk like that. But
then we get another one on Monday against the Rockets.
There we go. All I know is we got Miami tonight, and I'm trying to, take their head off. And I got Orlando tomorrow. This right here. You got to pick which one of these games, and it's going to be the first game. Out of a back-to-back, you got to figure out which one of these games you want to go all the way out in.
Right.
And that game for you to go all the way out in is tonight. You can't go all the way out in this game and take an L and then for Orlando tomorrow. That's not going to work.
Right.
You can't. You either go all the way out and bust these people tonight, or it's not going to happen.
I'm thinking it's tonight. I'm thinking
I believe
this
too.
game tonight. This game tonight
is
big. It's bigger. It's bigger than a late season game. It's bigger.
It's worldwide, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not worldwide. They should have this game. This the game right here that whatever's on schedule. They should swap that game out.
There's a reason it's not worldwide. The Sweet 16 is still going, I think.
No. What I mean worldwide, I mean on regular TV.
On TV.
You know what I'm saying? They this is the type of season that the Knicks is having, and the type of game where they should swap this out because this is a big boy game. It was been plenty of times when we was on TV and we was looking like nothing, and the games didn't matter, and they swapped our games out. You know what I'm saying? This game should be televised on a national footage, man. But I got to jump off. I got some calls coming in. I got to take it. I got to call them back. Freezy, Big Unc, my guy, Carolina Finest. Yo, have a blessful day.
Yeah, man.
Have a blessful day, man. The sun is shining so beautiful upon all of us. It's shining on the chat, too. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that umbrella, I don't need no shade. I need that sun to keep shining in on us.
Sunshine. Roy Ayers.
That's right.
That Roy Ayers. Yeah, man. This is a good spot for us to wrap. I'll wrap right here, man. And then that way I can get some work done too. And then, hey, Matt, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for jumping on, bro. I appreciate you. Chat, thank you for rocking with us. Knicks Morning Drive. I'm gonna get out of here and try to get some stuff done. I will holler at y'all later on. Peace, y'all.